What's up, everyone? Hey, welcome back. Today, I want to talk about the 3 reasons why you suck at sales. Number 1, and it might not be what you think, but you're putting too much pressure on yourself, not enough pressure on the process. First of all, I hope the sales that you're in, I hope you got a proven system. I hope you have a proven model to follow after. The best salespeople are driven by and attracted to the best systems and the best processes. You know, it's really hard to be a top player. It's really hard to be a top salesperson if you're not working with a top company, a top team that has a proven system. So if you're in a place with a proven system, you have to put pressure on that system. If you don't have a system and you're just flying by the seat of your pants, trying to close deals, stop what you're doing. We got to systematize that deal. We got to systematize it. We got to create a system and then put pressure on that process and then just implement over and over and over again. Activity and action cures all. One of the things that I used to tell people back in the day was, you know, listen, in my business, I'm in the life insurance business. And in my business, it's so important when you're brand new to get through 100 presentations first before you even look at any of your sales data, before you look at your closing ratio, before you look at your average sale size, whatever, regardless. You got to race and sprint to 100 presentations first. Not 100 sales, 100 presentations. See, when you're brand new in sales, your work ethic is gonna buy you time to develop your skill set. So I hope that you're committed to being great. And if you are committed to being great, you have to put pressure on the process and the activity. Are you giving the most presentations? Are you calling on the most clients? Are you dialing the phone more than everybody else at your firm? If you're not, you better get to work and put pressure on the activity. Don't even look at your sales numbers if you're not leading the board with activity first. Number 2, y'all, when you're getting in front of your prospects, make sure that you are a lethal surgeon with your sales pitch. You got to be absolutely lethal with your sales pitch, primarily proactively demolishing objections. When you sit in front of somebody, you should already know what are the 1 or 2 reasons or 3 reasons or 4 reasons why your prospect wouldn't buy from you. And are you addressing those things proactively? See, oftentimes I'll sit through somebody's pitch and it's just nauseating because they're doing all the talking and they're doing almost no listening. They're almost doing no conversating. You know, I work from home. It's one of the beautiful things about what I do. And I got door knocked today by one of those active pest guys. You know what I mean? You know, like, and this guy, he was just pitching, man. Like, and I love solicitor. I love door-to-door salespeople because I also recruit top salespeople. So, you know, I found, you know, some of my best salespeople are ones that, you know, door knocked me. You know, they see that we got a nice house here. We do pretty good for ourselves. And, you know, so they always door knock me. But I always end up, you know, either buying from them or not buying from them. But I always end up recruiting the really sharp guys. Well, this guy, he was sharp, but he was just presenting, right? He was in just like, hey, man, just trying to spit his pitch out, right? Just trying to get it all out because I could tell the last 4 or 5 guys probably slammed the door in his face. Well, he didn't know that I was a buyer. He doesn't know that I'm a sales guy. He doesn't know that I'm ready and willing to listen to him. So what did he do? He was just talking, right? Wasn't asking questions. I could tell he was just trying to spit it out. That might be you. That might be you. You might have gotten the door slammed on your face the last 7 sales calls or the last 17 people hung up on you. And so you're bringing that negative energy to the next presentation. Don't do that. And you better have that pitch crystal clear. You better have that pitch razor sharp. And please listen to your client more than you speak. Listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen. So ask great questions and proactively beat objections. That's number 2. Number 3, Y'all, please, you've got to assume. You have to assume that sale. When you walk up to a door, when you get a client on the phone, when you get somebody on Zoom like we do, you've got to assume. It's not a matter of if they're buying today. It's a matter of at what level are they enrolling today. At what level. I don't care. If somebody walks on the car lot, they could have gone anywhere, but God brought you that prospect so you can help them. And when you're in sales, nobody gets served until somebody gets sold. Nobody gets served until they sign on the dotted line. So the question for you is, are you going into that conversation with the intention to close, with the intention to assume the sale at the end? Because if you're not, what are you doing? You're just trying to look good in front of your manager. You're just trying to be a salesperson. I call those wannabe wantrepreneurs instead of entrepreneurs. Don't be a wantrepreneur. Man, you got to go into every single conversation ready to strike, ready to close the deal. You got to be like a shark in the water. When you smell blood, you got to jump all over. You got to assume. So let's recap. Number one, you got to put pressure on the process. Take pressure off yourself. You got to make sure you're getting enough at-bats. You better be outworking everybody on your sales floor, especially if you're watching me. I'm known for my work ethic. You better be working your tail off, especially if you're going to be taking advice from me and soaking in my content. You better be a workhorse. Number two, man, you got to proactively beat objections / listen to your client. You got to be a good listener, please. You got to listen twice as much as you speak. Number three, you got to assume. You have to go in there assuming that this client's going to buy, that they're going to sign on the dotted line. It's not a matter of if they're going to be your client. It's a matter at what level. One of the things that I always do is I always give my business card and or my name and my cell phone number to my clients right out the rip. So when I meet somebody, I always shake their hand. So let's say that I meet them on Zoom because, post-COVID, all of our sales now are being done on Zoom. It's a beautiful thing working from home. But, one of the things that I always tell my clients to do is write down my name and number. If you guys ever need me, I'm going to be here for you. I always like to give my clients my name and my cell phone number. So please, Joe and Mary, jot this down. And whenever Joe and Mary, my client, gets up and grabs a sheet of paper, writes down my name and my number, after I told them, after I told them, hey, I always like to give my clients my name and my number so that if you guys ever need me, you can call me. I'm available 7 days a week for all my clients. Joe and Mary, please, grab a sheet of paper and a pen, jot down my name and my number, or here's my card, please. Whenever they go and get up and grab that sheet of paper and that pen and they write down that name, Nick Skordos, and my cell phone number, they just inadvertently committed to becoming my clients. So there's a little golden nugget for you. I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you start closing at the highest level. Sales is the absolute best business, best career in the world. I don't care what vertical that you're in, cars, insurance, real estate, nothing else better than sales. I'm proud to be a salesperson, proud to be a sales leader. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, peace.